Let's start with something that confuses a lot of people. You go through your day to handle things. You get things done. Nothing dramatic happens. No major crisis. No overwhelming moment. In fact, if someone asked you, how was your day? You probably say,
normal, busy, but fine.
Then, evening comes. You slow down. You sit. Maybe you watch something. Maybe you scroll a bit. And you don't feel particularly stressed. You actually feel okay. Maybe even a bit tired. So again, you think, tonight I should sleep. But then you go to bed and something doesn't fully match. Your body is tired, but not fully letting go. Your system feels slightly on. And that's where confusion begins. Because you look at your day and you don't see a clear problem. So the question becomes, if I wasn't really stressed, why does my body still feel activated? Because sleep problems, they don't always start at night. In many cases, they start much earlier. Sometimes hours before bedtime. Sometimes in the middle of the day. Because your nervous system doesn't reset when the day ends. It carries information. And this is what we call the stress carryover effect. It's very simple. What happens during the day does not disappear when the situation ends. It stays in the body. Not as a thought, as a signal. To understand this, we need to look at something basic. Every time you face a demand, your system activates. Not just big stress, small things. An email that needs an answer, a decision you need to make, a message you didn't expect, a conversation that requires attention. Each of these creates a small activation. Nothing extreme, but real. One of the main players in this process is cortisol. Now, cortisol is often misunderstood. People, they think it's something negative. No, it's not. Cortisol is what allows you to function. It helps you wake up, it helps you think clearly, respond quickly, handle pressure. Without it, you wouldn't be able to perform. So, the goal is not to eliminate cortisol. The goal is to understand its rhythm. Because here's the key point. Cortisol does not switch off instantly. It rises when needed, but it takes time to come down. And if during the day you create multiple activation, your system doesn't fully reset in between. It stays slightly elevated. Not in a way you clearly feel, but enough to influence your state. Imagine a typical day. You wake up and you check your phone. And I know you do. You see, already something requires attention. Then your day begins. Emails, messages, tasks, over and over and over again. You go from one demand to the next, then the next, and again. So by the time you reach the evening, your body is tired, but your system is still carrying activation. Not because something went wrong, but because nothing stopped long enough. And this is the carryover. Your mind says the day is over, but your body says I'm still processing. And this is why many people say, I don't feel stressed, but I can't relax. And that sentence makes perfect sense because the activation is not conscious. It's physiological. It's in the system, not in your thoughts. And this becomes even stronger in modern life because our days, they don't have natural breaks anymore. Screens, information, notifications, even during rest. Even then the system is still engaged. So instead of reducing activation, we extend it. And when bedtime arrives, we expect the system to suddenly shut down. But from the body's perspective, nothing really changed. It was active, and it still is, just in a quieter environment. And this is why sleep becomes fragile.
If sleep has become harder than it should be, check out the other videos on this channel. The reason may not be what you think.